All right, so we're going to be looking at two different problems and how to set up those two different word problems so that you do the steps like you know how to do, but then actually get the right answer that you want, okay?
Okay.
So, let's look at the questions first. There's two different ones and I'm going to read them to you. So, Mr. Kapawala is making trick-or-treat bags and needs to determine the number of 1/6 servings inside 3-pound bag of assorted candy. Okay? If each treat bag needs 1/6 pound of assorted candy, how many bags will Mr. Kapawala be able to make with a 5 and 1/6 pound bag of assorted candy? Actually, sorry. This I wanted to change because it's a 3-pound bag of candy. So
Only just 3?
yeah, make sure that it's not doesn't
1/6?
yeah, don't say 5 and 1/6. That's wrong. I changed it because I want the values, the numbers to be the same in both problems. And you don't even have to copy it all down right now if you don't want. You can rewatch this video and do it. Right now you can just listen. Okay? So then the next problem, and I'm going to tell you these problems, they're two different setups, but they're the same values. So this one is 1/6 of a giant pumpkin is divided up among 3 people at a fall festival. Okay? Notice how there's a 3 and there's the 1/6, just like there's a 3 here and there's a 1/6, right? Enter the fraction of giant pumpkin that each person gets. Okay? So let's label this one problem A. And we'll label this one B. Okay? So for A, let's go ahead and take a look at what A looks like. Okay, so A, we have Mr. Kapawala making trick-or-treat bags, right? And he's making them in 1/6 servings, okay? So he's got 1/6 servings, and how many pounds of candy does he have to make his bags of candy from, his trick or treat? He's got a 3-pound bag, okay, of assorted candy. All right, and the question is, if each treat bag needs 1/6 pound of assorted candy, how many bags will Mr. Kapawala be able to make with a 3-pound bag of assorted candy? Okay, so we know that 1/6 of a pound is not a full pound. You would need 6 1/6 servings to equal 1 pound of candy. Okay, when you see problems like this, they want to see how much you can make from 3 pounds into 1/6 servings. So how many servings can be made, how many 1/6 servings can be made out of 3 pounds? So in order to know how much can be made out of 3 pounds, you have to know how many times 1/6 goes in to 3. Okay? And in order to do that, you have to set it up like this so your whole number is on the left side. Okay? And the fraction is on the right hand side. Okay, the number of servings is on, the serving size is on the right hand side, and the amount we have to make the servings from is from the left-hand side, okay? So 3 becomes 3 over 1. The division sign turns into a multiplication sign, and then we've got to make sure that we flip the fraction on the right so that it becomes 6 over 1, okay? Then you just do your multiplication straight across, and you get 18 over 1, which is equal to 18 divided by 1, which is equal to 18. Okay? So your answer would be Mr. K can make 18 treat bags with 3 pounds of candy. Or to be more specific, 18 1/6 pound treat bags with 3 pounds of candy. Okay? So that's that one. But we want to see how that compares to B. So B is 1/6 of a giant pumpkin is divided up among 3 people. Okay? So this is different now. Now your fraction is being divided by your whole number. So when you set that up, you're going to set it up as 1/6 divided by the amount of people, which is 3 people. Okay? And what is that equal to? That's because they are actually dividing out this 1/6. So they had a pumpkin, they had a giant pumpkin, they took 1/6 of it, and they're dividing it up among 3 people. So we want to know if they each get an equal piece, how big is that piece, right? So, in order to figure that out, you do the same thing. 1/6 stays 1/6. The multiplication sign becomes, the division sign becomes a multiplication sign. 3 over 1 becomes 1 over 3, and then you go through your arithmetic, multiplying straight across. We have 1 over 18. Okay? Now, the difference here is that because it is a fraction that's being divided by a whole number, your answer is going to be smaller than either one of these numbers, okay? As opposed to this one, where you're seeing how many servings or how many parts go into this whole, okay? So your number is going to be larger than any of these two. So if you solve a question like this, and your number is in a fraction, and there's no whole numbers, and the answer is smaller than any of the numbers in the equation, then you're probably wrong, okay? For this type of problem, when you're dividing a fraction by a whole number, if you come up with a number that's larger than any of the two numbers that you were working with, your answer is probably wrong, okay? So I'm going to stop this. It's long, and I'm going to let you rewatch as many times as you need. Write down any questions you have about what we went over, okay?